Hey guys, this is Ryan and welcome to my investing channel. This is a second video dealing with investing in real estate, but this channel is about all sorts of different types of investing. So whether you're into investing in real estate, whether you're into investing in stocks, whatever it is, if you're into that topic, if you have interest in it, then please look down over here on the right side of your screen and subscribe to the channel. And also smack the notification bell when it pops up on your screen. Just punch it with your mouse, and then that way you'll be notified when I come up with more videos. But just so you guys know, I'm driving right now. Obviously, as you can see, I'm kind of going through some twists and turns through the mountains. It might be a little bit noisy, okay? But this is a second video dealing with my first one, talking about investing with raw land. So if you haven't watched that video yet, please go and watch that one first. In this video, I'm going to give you guys another example of how I did investing in raw land, and I twisted the deal a little bit different, and I was able to make a quick profit. Let me go ahead and we'll get started, okay? This is what's going on. If you want to invest in raw land, I recommend that you go outside your city limits. Now, I give other tips and tricks in my previous videos, so please go watch that and write those down, okay? But I'm going to bypass that now for the sake of the people that have already watched that. I got a call one day from one of my postcards, and it had been probably about 4 months since I sent out my mailer. Somebody called up. They didn't live in the state that I had lived in at the time, which was Arizona, and they had 100 acres. Their family owned 100 acres in a particular area. But when they called and they told me it was 100 acres, I was like, wow. Like, you know, I had calls on 5 acres or 2.5 acres or 10 acres. I had one on 50, which I did on the previous deal, but this was 100 acres, right? Well, this was pretty exciting. This is what I did. I talked to them for a while. I found out why they were selling. It turned out that they owned the property for about 25 years through the family. Initially, it was one family member, and then that family member had passed away. And now the daughter owned it, and she lived outside the state. Sorry, I'm getting some light on my face here. They had been paying property taxes for a number of years. They had, over the course of the years, been told that such and such is happening, some kind of big projects going on, some kind of big land development deals happening, and they would get all excited, and people would be reaching out to them trying to see if they would want to sell their land, and nothing was happening. It was time to sell. They had owned it for far too long, and just nothing was happening, and they thought, you know what, nothing's going to happen on this property. It's too far removed. But I knew different, right? In my first video, I talked about kind of how I learned about knowing that the value in the area was going to be going up. It was gradually going up. So this is what I did. I put a deal together. I wrote up a contract, what's called a Seller Carryback, and I had the rights to assign my deal if I needed to. If I didn't want to take it down, or maybe I wanted to flip the deal to someone else, or even if I wanted to bring in somebody else into the deal, I could. I tied up the property. I think I put $500 down, and then usually I like to negotiate payments every 6 months, but these guys wanted, they wanted their money faster. It was 100 acres. That's their whole point of wanting to get rid of it, was to get some money coming in. So I made it quarterly payments. I can't remember exactly what the figure was, but they agreed to it. We put the deal into escrow, and then I immediately started making calls. I started calling family members. I started calling other investors that I'd worked with in the past. I knew that for 100 acres, for me to take that down, it was going to be difficult. Just my finances at the time weren't right. I knew I was going to have to partner up with somebody. I started reaching out to family members and friends, and I started to, tell them about my other deal that I had done in the area, and they knew that I was into real estate. They trusted me, but everyone that I reached out to didn't have the funds to be able to, to purchase that much land, in just a couple of years. They wanted to, put their money towards other things, or they wanted to keep it in stocks, whatever it was. Then what I did is I started to reach out to investors that I worked with in the past. Kind of the same thing. Everyone was either busy or the timing wasn't right. I started to look to people that I could flip the deal to, and I really wasn't finding anybody, and I was getting nervous because it had been a few months, and payments were starting to come due, and I kind of wanted to unleash this thing because I was getting worried that, I don't know, I guess I was getting a little more worried than I needed to, because I had a number of years where I could have shopped it out and tried to find somebody to buy it. So all the investors that I had shopped it out with weren't interested, just because maybe the timing wasn't right or the funds weren't there. They have other things going on in their life. the timing's not always right for everybody. But this is what I did. I thought, who can I flip this to? Who would be interested in buying this land? And I thought, you know what? I need to go after the people, the other landowners in the area or nearby. And so what I did is I did another mailer to all the other landowners in the area, and I removed, obviously, the person that had sold me the land. But I reached out to other people that had owned a couple parcels, and I basically said, hey, land for sale, I got 100 acres, and I put down the terms on the postcard, and I started generating calls. And I was able to quickly flip the deal. I found somebody that had owned a couple parcels of land about 10 miles away, and they were interested in going a little bit further out. And I contacted escrow. I assigned my deal over to them for a quick $10,000 profit, and they ended up taking over the payments. They put the deal together, and now it was theirs, and they basically delivered me a check for $10,000 through escrow for flipping the deal to them. That's it, guys. That's how I took $500 and I turned it into $10,000 in just a couple months. If you found this interesting, if you liked the story, then please look down below here in the middle, hit the thumbs up on it, okay? Let YouTube know that you guys found my information valuable and interesting. And then also, if you like investing, whether it's real estate or whether it's stocks or whatever it is, please look over here on the right side of the screen and subscribe to the channel. And also, when that bell pops up, smack the notification bell, and then you'll be notified when I come up with more videos. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video that I come up here shortly.